You treat her like a queen. Flowers, kind words, thoughtful texts. You show up every time, and somehow she's slipping away. Why? Here's the uncomfortable truth. The more certain she feels about your devotion, the less she feels the need to earn it. And that kills attraction. If this confuses you, what you're about to hear will change everything. Welcome to the realm of Stoic love. To motivate us to make more useful videos, please subscribe to the channel and share with your friends. Remember to like and leave a comment. Whatever it is, your feedback will help us learn from you and grow. Now let's explore the wonderful things ahead together. Envision this. You are in the presence of a truly remarkable woman. She possesses intelligence and humor, commanding the attention of every man in the room as she passes by. You are honoring her with the respect she deserves, presenting her with flowers, taking her on meaningful outings, and reaching out with a thoughtful good morning each day. You are embodying the ideals instilled in you, yet there are unseen dynamics at play. She appears to be drifting away, and the reasons remain unclear to you. What I am about to share will fundamentally challenge your current understanding of women and relationships. The harsh reality that a vast majority of men are unwilling to confront is this. For a woman to truly love you, to feel a deep desire for you, and to remain steadfastly loyal to you, she should not find total assurance in your devotion. She likely perceives her efforts as a constant ascent, striving to earn your regard. Before you dismiss this video, believing I'm merely a manipulative figure in the realm of attraction, allow me to clarify my intentions with utmost precision. I'm not referring to cruelty or abuse. Rather, I'm discussing the profound psychological mechanisms that underpin female attraction. Stay with me for the next 15 minutes, and I will uncover the psychology that explains why women may lose interest in men who treat them well. More importantly, I will share how you can leverage this understanding to foster deep, lasting attraction, something that many men struggle to achieve. This will be one of the most significant discussions you will encounter regarding women's psychology, so focus closely. Let us begin with the initial principle of wisdom. Women are inherently inclined to pursue partners who possess greater survival advantages than they do. This is not a matter of conscious choice. It is ingrained in their very essence, shaped by countless millennia of evolution. In our ancestral context, women who selected partners with greater resources, strength, and social standing had a higher likelihood of survival and successfully nurturing healthy offspring. The woman who was drawn to the kind man who presented her with flowers each day. Their lineage perished because that well-meaning individual failed to safeguard her from the neighboring tribe or ensure sustenance during the brutal winters. This biological programming is known as hypergamy, and it remains active in the subconscious of every woman today. Despite the conveniences of contemporary life, her mind continues to function with the instincts of a bygone era. When a woman senses that a man's worth is on par with or beneath her own, her attraction instinct effectively ceases to function. For countless generations, women have had to exercise great discernment in their mating decisions, as the reality of pregnancy rendered them vulnerable for 9 months, and the demands of raising children necessitated substantial resources. A woman who makes unwise choices risks not only her own life, but also the lives of her children. This led to significant selection pressure for women to seek out men who exhibited exceptional genetics and abundant resources. These age-old patterns continue to influence every interaction you engage in with women. Exhibiting neediness, desperation, or excessive accommodation communicates a lack of strength and diminishes your standing, much like it would have in the eyes of our ancestors. Her subconscious picks up on these signals and reacts by diminishing attraction. This leads us to the idea of sexual market value, often referred to as SMV. Consider dating as a marketplace where individuals possess varying worth, determined by their appeal, assets, character, and social standing. The unvarnished truth is that women tend to be attracted to men whom they view as having a higher social market value than themselves. This is where many individuals miss the mark entirely. Many believe that value is determined by your profession, your vehicle, your physique, or your stature. Although these elements hold significance, they do not serve as the main catalysts for attraction. A woman's view of your social market value hinges significantly on your demeanor, the way you engage with her, and crucially, the extent to which you appear to seek her approval. Allow me to present a concrete illustration. I once encountered an individual who achieved success as a lawyer, drove a BMW, and maintained excellent physical condition. He would treat women to lavish meals at upscale restaurants, offer them sincere compliments, and ensure he was always available when they reached out. Even with all the outward signs of worth, women would invariably lose interest in him after a few weeks. Contrast that with another individual I encountered, a bartender residing in a studio apartment, yet possessing a mindset of abundance. He would invite women to relaxed coffee shops, engage in light-hearted banter, and remained unfazed by their delayed responses to his messages. Women would fixate on him, perpetually seeking his validation and focus. What sets them apart? The second individual recognized that the value we perceive often holds greater influence than the value that truly exists. He presented himself as someone who possessed choices, whereas the first man's demeanor pleaded, "Do not abandon me." Women are perpetually attuned to social signals that reflect your worth in comparison to other men. They observe your approach to rejection, your reactions to their challenges, and your demeanor in social contexts. These behavioral cues hold greater significance than your financial status or physical strength. Here is the second fundamental principle. The more ambiguous your interest is to a woman, the greater the mental energy she will expend contemplating you. This is fundamental understanding of the mind. We tend to place importance on what eludes our understanding, while we often overlook the certainty that surrounds us. When you reveal everything too soon by being excessively available, constantly reaching out, and making it clear that you're entirely captivated, you strip away all intrigue and challenge from the situation. She no longer needs to strive for your attention, as you are offering it willingly. When you hold on to a degree of uncertainty regarding your emotions, a remarkable transformation occurs. Her mind begins to whirl with inquiries. Is there an affinity between us? What is the reason for his lack of response? What is he engaged in at this moment? This mental focus serves as the cornerstone of allure. Allow me to illustrate how this operates in real life. At a social gathering, you encounter a woman, engage in a meaningful dialogue, and share contact information. The average individual might reach out the following day with a message, such as, "I truly enjoyed our conversation last night. Your strength is remarkable. When will our paths cross once more?" The individual who grasps the art of subtlety takes a moment to reflect for 3 days before crafting a straightforward message. Gather for coffee on Tuesday at 3. Maintain a composed demeanor, avoiding overexcitement or the need for approval. Extend a straightforward invitation that reflects genuine interest without appearing needy. Here lies the psychological principle in action. Individuals possess an inherent inclination towards sporadic rewards. And as we encounter steady and expected rewards, we inevitably adjust and find our enthusiasm waning. When rewards are uncertain, we find ourselves ensnared by our own minds. Your focus functions under a similar principle. When you provide it with consistency and predictability, she adjusts and her interest wanes. When you provide it sporadically and without warning, she becomes mentally reliant on receiving more of it. Consider your focus and validation as a form of currency. As with any form of currency, its worth is dictated by its availability. When you offer your validation without restraint, it loses its value. When you regard it as something that must be earned, it transforms into something truly valuable. Many individuals err by seeking validation too early in their pursuits. They offer her endless praise, align with her every thought, and emphasize that she is the most remarkable woman they have ever encountered. They fail to see that their entire emotional budget has been exhausted within just the first week. Women possess a remarkable ability to discern your level of commitment based on your actions. She requires no affirmation of your love. It is evident in the speed of your replies to her messages, the way your demeanor brightens when she enters, and the adjustments you make to your plans to suit her desires. Here is what you must grasp. Women desire to feel valued, yet they seek to achieve that sense through their own efforts. When you offer it without cost, it diminishes in significance. When she must earn your approval, it suddenly gains significance. I know a man who was involved with a model, a truly remarkable woman accustomed to having men vying for her attention. Rather than inundating her with superficial flattery regarding her appearance like most others, he chose to recognize her intellect when she shared a thoughtful insight, or commend her wit when she brought him laughter. The essential point was that his approval depended on her actions rather than merely her presence. Her actions were the true measure of worth, earning his approval in a way that rendered the hollow praise from others insignificant. One of the quickest paths to diminishing attraction is to fall into predictability. When she understands your reactions to every action, when she can anticipate your routine with precision, when you become a familiar constant, her intrigue will naturally diminish. This is the reason many relationships begin with fervor and thrill, yet slowly transition into monotony and predictability. The man, in his pursuit of being a commendable partner, falls into a pattern of utter predictability. He maintains a consistent routine, calling at the same hour each day, taking her to familiar places, and responding with the same demeanor every time. When she perceives predictability, it conveys to her subconscious that she has unraveled your complexities. This realization leads her to cease the mental effort in comprehending you. And as that effort wanes, so too does her attraction. The allure of the bad boy archetype lies in its compelling nature. Women are drawn to men who embody a sense of unpredictability, who maintain an air of mystery, and who defy the conventional expectations of typical behavior. Consider this perspective that may challenge your thinking. Women consistently assess your level of interest, rather than your abilities. Many believe that women are assessing whether a man possesses the strength to endure her demeanor or prove his worthiness. However, that is not the reality we are facing. She is assessing the depth of your feelings for her. Whenever she displays a hint of indifference, brings up another man, or appears unenthused by your efforts, she is assessing your response to determine if you will seek her approval. When you falter in these situations by rushing to regain her approval, you are, in essence, conveying that your feelings for her outweigh hers for you. Once she understands that, the balance of power changes irrevocably in her favor. Allow me to clarify with a few concrete instances. The evaluation of similarities and differences. She brings up the appeal of another man or discusses a former boyfriend. It is unwise to succumb to jealousy or engage in competition. The appropriate reaction is to remain truly unaffected and perhaps even find common ground with her. The test of availability. She proposes plans only to withdraw at the final moment. It is unwise to react by hastily attempting to reschedule or voicing discontent. One should respond with understanding and adapt by making alternative arrangements. The examination of one's mindset. She displays a certain demeanor or appears distant. The ineffective approach is to inquire about the issue or attempt to uplift her spirits. It is wise to reflect her demeanor and maintain a similar distance until she adjusts her actions. These tests are not deliberate actions. They stem from an unconscious drive to evaluate your worth. By consistently navigating these challenges with composure and holding your ground, you convey that her approval is not a necessity for you. When a woman senses that a man's worth is beneath her own, her body instinctively begins to distance itself from him on a biological level. This is not a matter of conscious thought. It is unfolding within her subconscious mind. Her mind begins to convey the message that this man does not possess the genetic qualities deemed worthy for reproduction. This presents as a diminished interest in intimacy, heightened frustration in his presence, and an overarching sense that the relationship is not quite right. This is the reason many women in relationships withdraw from intimacy with their partners. It's not a matter of lacking love. Rather, their instincts guide them away from reproducing with those they view as weak or inferior. Her subconscious perceives you as weak, believing you lack the strength to confront her. And as a result, you are unable to advocate for her. Women possess a remarkable instinct for survival, and when she gazes upon you, it signals that you may no longer be a favorable choice for her well-being. Grasping this truth may bring discomfort, yet it also offers a profound sense of freedom. Understanding that her waning interest is not a reflection of your worth, but rather a natural occurrence, allows you to focus on the adjustments needed to rekindle her attraction. Here is an intriguing psychological phenomenon. When a woman feels unsure about your level of interest, she transitions from subtle to direct communication. Allow me to clarify the significance of this. Typically, women express their desires subtly, implying what they seek instead of articulating it plainly. She may express her needs indirectly, saying, "I'm cold," rather than asking for your jacket, or stating, "I'm hungry," instead of suggesting to go eat. When she feels the fear of losing you, she becomes direct in her communication. She begins to express herself with greater clarity, warmth, and transparency regarding her emotions. She'll send you messages expressing her longing, saying things like how much she misses you or her excitement to see you later. This change occurs as her instincts recognize that you may possess greater value than she first perceived, prompting her to ensure that she does not lose you to someone else. When a woman has a genuine interest in a man, she will respond to messages promptly, return calls, inquire about your day, and take thoughtful actions that clearly convey her feelings. She opts for direct communication as the fear of losing one drives her actions. Many approaches to dating miss the mark entirely. They advise you to strengthen your body, increase your wealth, enhance your appearance, and cultivate your abilities. While these elements may provide some assistance, they overlook the essential truth. No matter how successful, attractive, or well-dressed you may be, if you exhibit behaviors that signal low value, her interest will inevitably wane. I've witnessed wealthy individuals face rejection from baristas due to their lack of understanding of fundamental psychological principles. On the other hand, I have observed ordinary men in ordinary positions captivate stunning women entirely, as they grasp the importance of sustaining the right psychological balance. While external enhancements may initially attract attention, it is the strength of your mental approach that sustains her interest over time. Self-improvement is not the solution. Successfully navigating the interest test is the solution. The amount you earn, whether it's $50,000 or $500,000 a year, is inconsequential. What truly matters is that expressing interest unveils your value in the realm of attraction. Disclosing your preferences unveils the kind of woman you typically attract. This aspect of female psychology may seem quite paradoxical. Women often gravitate towards men who do not treat them as well as others who would. This is not due to a preference for suffering or mistreatment. It is often the case that inadequate treatment indicates a greater worth. When a man chooses not to prioritize a woman's every need, it indicates that he is prepared to accept the possibility of loss, suggesting he has alternatives available to him. When he refrains from constantly seeking her approval, it suggests that he possesses an inner strength and does not rely on her validation to maintain his self-worth. These serve as strong signs of significant worth. The agreeable individual, in contrast, conveys through his actions that he appreciates simply being in her presence. His constant willingness to accommodate, his eagerness to please, and his fear of losing her all convey a sense of low value in every interaction. This explains why some women choose to remain with men who do not treat them well. She possesses a guiding principle to aspire towards. This illustrates the reasons women may choose to depart from men who show them kindness. When you show a woman kindness, be prepared for the possibility that she may eventually part ways with you. Women will depart from men who show them kindness. The more efforts you put into planning dates, suggesting vacations, and reaching out through calls and texts, the more she perceives your genuine interest. Thinking to herself, he truly cares. How thoughtful. It is clear that my feelings toward him are not favorable. Women are drawn to men not merely for who they are, but for the way they inspire feelings of self-worth and confidence within them. When you position her as the prize, as if she is granting you a favor by being in your presence, she may feel a sense of power, yet the attraction may diminish. When you convey that she must earn your affection, as if she is fortunate to receive your attention, it creates a sense of challenge and excitement for her. This emotional state fosters a profound and intense attraction that can evolve into true love. Women often allow their feelings to guide their actions. If her emotions are indicating something, reach out to him. You have feelings for him, and she will likely message you soon. And when her emotions indicate that he lacks worth, she withdraws her interest. The essence lies in ensuring she feels a continual drive to aspire for your attention, while simultaneously assuring her that it is always within her grasp. It requires a careful equilibrium between adversity and optimism. The most appealing trait a man can possess is true abundance, the sense that he has numerous choices and does not rely on any single woman for his sense of fulfillment. This is not about the pursuit of multiple partners. It is about cultivating a mindset free from neediness or desperation. In times of abundance, you instinctively make sound choices. You refrain from chasing, avoid overcommitting, and maintain your dignity without compromising for anyone's attention. You show her kindness and respect out of genuine desire, not out of fear of what might happen if you don't. This mindset holds a unique appeal due to its scarcity. Many individuals function from a mindset of lack, feeling such gratitude for female attention that they are willing to do whatever it takes to maintain it. The individual who possesses plenty is discerning in choosing where to invest his time and energy. Your ability to contain your interest positions you as the enigmatic figure, the one who embodies the allure of a player without any deliberate effort. Your lack of response to a few messages adds to your allure. There's no need for extravagant actions to capture attention. There are nuanced adjustments in your conduct that elevate your status as a person of worth. Women are naturally drawn to men who exhibit leadership, decisiveness, and a sense of responsibility. When you continually look for her validation or rely on her to make choices, you are neglecting to embody this fundamental aspect of your role. True leadership embodies decisiveness and confidence, stepping up to take charge when the situation demands it, without resorting to control or domination. It signifies possessing a clear vision for your life and encouraging her to be a part of that journey, rather than revolving your existence around her desires. Consider reframing the question to focus on what is within your control for the evening. Let us make the effort to visit that new Italian establishment downtown. Rather than asking, "Is this acceptable to you?" Make the effort. This is our path forward. You're not imposing your will. You're asserting your clarity. By taking charge and making decisions with confidence, you provide her the opportunity to relax and place her trust in your judgment. This exemplifies authentic masculine leadership. In any relationship, the one who expends greater emotional energy often finds themselves in a position of diminished power. Investment can be assessed through various lenses: the frequency of contact initiated, the effort made to meet, the willingness to compromise, and the degree of emotional vulnerability displayed. The individual who continually puts in more effort will ultimately find their appeal diminished in the eyes of the other. This principle is a core aspect of human psychology that influences every relationship. This does not imply that you should refrain from investing or caring. Rather, it suggests that you should approach your investments with careful consideration regarding the timing and method of your actions. Allow her to make the initial investment in you, then respond by matching her commitment. Do not be the individual who constantly initiates contact, perpetually organizes gatherings, or consistently yields to others. When the investment is balanced, both individuals experience a sense of value and respect. In situations of imbalance, the individual contributing less may begin to lose respect for the one who invests more. Mastering frame control is essential for sustaining attraction. Your frame shapes your understanding of reality, influencing how you perceive yourself, your relationships, and the world that surrounds you. Women often challenge your stance to determine whether you will compromise your viewpoint for their approval. By consistently upholding your frame, you demonstrate strength and confidence, embodying a man who understands his own worth. A person with solid frame control remains unshaken, requiring neither argument nor defense of their stance. He holds his perspective with calm assurance, aware that she is assessing his strength to lead. This is not a matter of obstinacy or rigidity. It is about possessing a definitive understanding of your identity and principles, and remaining steadfast in them without yielding for the sake of her validation. The unvarnished truth is that love and attraction function according to distinct principles. Love embodies care, compatibility, and unwavering commitment. Attraction embodies the essence of challenge, the unknown, and the pursuit of elevation. Many individuals concentrate solely on affection, demonstrating care, support, and commitment. Yet in the absence of attraction, love holds no significance. She may hold some concern for you, yet her desire will remain absent. She may remain by your side due to a sense of duty, yet her enthusiasm for you will be lacking. The individuals who forge enduring, fervent connections are those who grasp the balance of nurturing both affection and allure. They offer compassion and encouragement, yet they also present challenges and uncertainties. They are dedicated, yet they remain self-sufficient. Keep in mind, this is not about being harsh or deceitful. It involves grasping the psychological factors that influence female attraction and aligning with them rather than opposing them. Ultimately, the decision lies with you. You may persist in adhering to the nice guy approach and question why women seem to drift away. Embrace these uncomfortable truths and begin forging the passionate, devoted relationships you truly deserve. Cease the pursuit of her approval and focus on becoming the man she feels fortunate to have chosen. This change will reshape not only your dating experiences, but also your overall interactions with women. This represents the essence of female attraction psychology. Utilize it with discernment and observe the transformation unfold. If these words echo your truth, write this in the comments. I begin my journey. I read everyone, and I walk this path with you. Subscribe, because the stories we've yet to tell are the ones that change us most. What did you think of the video? Be sure to give it a thumbs up and drop a comment to share if you journeyed all the way to the end of the video. Simply utter those words, and I'll understand that this video made a difference for you. Thank you kindly, and be sure to subscribe to the channel for more captivating tales like this one. I've set aside a few of our videos that will be quite beneficial for you. They appear before our eyes, alive on the screen.